Howdy fellow model railroaders, my name is Kevin Brown and I want to thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. This episode is going to focus on the construction and hopefully finishing of my layout room for the expansion of my Brownsville Terminal Railroad. Before we get too far, I'm going to show you where we started before clearing out all the stuff that needed to be cleared out. Then a quick update on the progress. I'm very pleased with the way things are going, and I hope you'll enjoy this, taking a look as well. The space I have available starts on this side of the chimney and extends down to that wall, and come down here an equal space, which will probably end up being about halfway through that printer. Then this is now. So I finally got a chance to clear all that stuff out. This is looking at the space for my layout. You can see that I fixed that hole that was in the wall there. I took down the old deep cabinets and put smaller ones up so that my layout can start pretty much over here and head towards, that should be Brownsville there, and come around here. This should be Thomasboro. As you can see, I've despite all my expectations, I did manage to get rid of or move all the stuff that was in here. And look from the whole layout room now. I got plenty of room to start expanding my Brownsville terminal. Next step is going to be trying to put some of the stuff away and use all the shelf space up. And I think I'm going to get the modules out and kind of demonstrate to you guys and to me too how the layout's going to set up. So I'll catch you in a second. Okay, as you can see, I've started putting away some of my stuff back on the shelves, and I got the modules out to somewhat demonstrate where everything's going to go. Do a quick walk-in tour, try not to make anybody sick in the process. This right here is where the lift bridge is going to be, which will be between Mississippi, which I've just started putting there. That's going to stretch from there all the way to the end, to the wall, and the yard is going to stretch all the way to the end there. That's the plan. So walking through where the lift bridge is right now, here's Thomasboro. It's going to be expanded by at least one module, a single module. My plan right now is to have an inside corner, inside corner here and there, which will be mostly just rural scenery as an attempt as a scenic break between all the towns. Over here, you can see where the layout will come out of the wall. On this side of the wall, of course, is where the staging yard is supposed to be. But so everything come out, and here's Brownsville. I've been messing around a bit with the layout height. It's hard to demonstrate that here. But right now, I'm thinking it's going to have to be a 49-inch height, which is a little higher than I was expecting. But that is necessary if I want to be able to put this underneath the layout. As you can see, the layout height now, which is actually about 3 inches shorter than I'm hoping it'll be, at 49 inches. I think it'll work out very well. I think N scale looks better the closer it is to eye level. I had a chance to talk to Alan Satkamp, who has his Twin Cities and Western model railroad, which I covered in an earlier video, and that's the same height he uses. So while I'm a little concerned, I think it'll work out fine. So that's going to be the plan. The next step is to build risers to take place of these boxes, and so that I can set the modules up to the correct height. And I think I'm going to do, basically the layout turns out to be 2 L shapes, and then to work on first, and then the staging yard behind. The first L shape will go here, cover Brownsville and Thomasboro, and go up to the future lift bridge. So that's what I'm going to work on next. Point on Brownsville, these two modules are just sitting here to take the place of a module I want to build in the future. I've always wanted to do a water scene, and I would like to make a double module with a bridge across, which I think would make a really good scene. I've got, I think I've got another single module I can put in here, and maybe even a spacer besides that. So I got a lot of room to work with. I haven't decided yet. Two things. First, am I going to put the P&N junction here too? I really liked having the switching challenges of getting and setting out cars en route. So I'm hoping it'll either be here or it's going to be over at Thomasboro. And the other thing I'm debating is making this a single track bridge rather than double track to create sort of a pinch point so that trains will have to wait for each other and add some operating interest. This is all just kind of in my head at the moment, but that's the kind of the ideas I'm having right now. Next, I'm going to go over quickly the other L-shaped section, which is the standalone, which will have Mississippilis and what's going to be Blair Yard. As you can see, this is probably the least developed part of the layout. This is the standalone, also an L-shaped section, which will be Mississippilis to the wall and branching off into what's going to be Blair Yard. I've got a lot more work to do on this. The other section, Brownsville to Thomasboro, kind of falls together easily. I got a pretty good idea what I want to do there, so that's where I'm going to start. Originally, I was planning on finishing this Mississippilis module and finishing up the two corners that go with it in order to complete Brownsville Terminal Railroad Mark 1. But as I look at all the changes that are going to have to be made, I'm debating just starting from scratch with Mississippilis, particularly so that I can get the entrance to the yard right, along with the switch lead and all the things that go with that. So I'm kind of leaning now towards stripping this module down along with that module, which is part of the Brownsville Terminal Mark 1 storage or staging yard, and that'll give me two doubles, which is exactly what I need for here. Plus, all I have to buy will be one more inside corner and two 3-footers to make up the yard, Blair Yard. So that's kind of where I'm leaning. It's a ways away. I've got plenty of work to keep me busy right now, just trying to get this L-shaped section done. And then, of course, once this is completed and that's completed, then I can link it all together with the staging yard on the other side of the wall. And at that point, I can start running trains. That'll be the Golden Spike ceremony we all look forward to. So that's kind of where I'm at. The construction phase is done. Yay! A month earlier than I expected. Double yay! So now I can actually start working on permanent homes for the Brownsville Terminal Railroad modules and the expansion of same. So I'm pretty happy, and I hope you've enjoyed this quickie tour of progress and where things are going. As an aside, my N-Scale group, the N-Scale of Bloomington Normal, we don't really have any shows coming up soon that I can think of. So for the moment, I'm going to be down in the basement trying to get some of this stuff done. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. As always, if you like what you saw, please hit like and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time and hopefully have some more information and more updates to show you. Thank you very much for watching.